Hello and a warm welcome to all on our special program Current Affairs. Recently, India's Minister of Commerce and Industry, Australia's Minister for Trade, Tourism and Investment, and Japan's Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry held a ministerial video conference. The ministers underscored the necessity and potential to enhance the resiliency of supply chains in the Indo-Pacific region. In light of the COVID-19 crisis and the recent global-scale changes in the economic and technological landscape, resiliency of supply chains is the need of the hour. In GKToday's Current Affairs Explainer program series, we will discuss what is supply chain resilience, why does Japan want to take this initiative, why is India important for Japan regarding the SCRI, why would Australia join SCRI, and we will also know whether will India be benefited from it or not. To begin with, let us know what is supply chain resilience. At present, COVID-19 and trade tensions between China and the US are harming supply chains. In the light of these two factors, Japan has proposed the Supply Chain Resilience Initiative, that is SCRI, as a trilateral approach to trade. The other two partners of this initiative include India and Australia. SCR is an approach that assists a country to make sure that it has diversified its supply risk across many supplying nations rather than being dependent on just one or a few. Unexpected events, whether natural or man-made, that interrupt supplies from a specific country or even intentional halts to trade could badly impact economic activity in the destination country. Why does Japan want to take this initiative? The corona pandemic has caused distress for the countries which are heavily dependent on supplies from a single country. For example, in 2019, Japan exported $135 billion worth of goods to China and imported $169 billion worth from China. It accounts for 24% of Japan's total imports. In such a condition, any pause to supplies could possibly harm economic activity in Japan. Moreover, recently the US-China trade tensions have become cause of concern for Japanese trade circles. If the world's two largest economies do not sort out their differences, it could harm globalization as a whole, along with a major impact on Japan. Japan is quite reliant on international trade both for markets, for its exports, and for supplies of many primary goods. So the question here arises, why is India important for Japan regarding the SCRI? According to an agency, India Invest, Japan is the fourth largest investor in India. Its cumulative FDIs touched $33.5 billion during the years 2000 to 2020. It accounts for 7.2% of inflows in that period. Imports by India from Japan more than doubled over 12 years. It was worth $12.8 billion in the financial year 2019. Exports from India to Japan was at $4.9 billion in the financial year 2019. It is obvious that both of nations are unlikely to allow individual cases to cloud an otherwise long-lasting and strong trade relationship. Moving further, let us know why would Australia join SCRI? Australia, Japan and India are already members of another informal grouping, the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, popularly known as the Quad. Quad also includes the US. Despite being good trade partners, relations including trade ties between Australia and China have been deteriorating for a while now. In May, China banned beef imports from 4 Australian firms and imposed import tariffs on Australian barley. In such a scenario, Australia may incline towards SCRI. So lastly, let us know whether will India be benefited from it or not. Taking into account the recent border tensions, Japan has guessed that India may be ready for dialogue on alternative supply chains. Earlier, India would have done little to openly irritate China, but an internal push to suddenly cut links with China would not be practical. In the year 2018, India's import from China accounted for 14.5% of its total import. China supplies significant segments of the Indian economy. Sectors such as pharmaceuticals, automotive parts, electronics, shipping, chemicals and textiles have been impacted by supply chain issues arising out of the COVID-19 pandemic. Hence, if India boosts self-reliance or works with exporting nations other than China, it could gain resilience into the economy's supply network.